eternal night. Heroes from across worlds stand and unite. No other foe or force can match their might. The once great people of this world now hide in fear. All chaos shaken by the power of sword and spear. The black-clad armies of the Dark One now draw near. But in the distance, the sergeant and the bear appear. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. Wings spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. Wings spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Legions of Romans stand and let their arrows fly. The roaring of dragons and machines fills the sky. Secret agents and the generals they defy. Swarms of orcs and samurai raise their banners high. In the wake of death, only one man stands alone. The sergeant raises his sword high silver shone. He condemns the chaos the war not his has sown. He stands longing for the day he may return home. Great heroes of past and law, no power has seen before. Wings spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Until the war for the world's brains is won, they will fight until they're undone. But a hero will stand alone as one, and the bloodshed is finally done. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. We spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. We spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation, 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 to end the age of annihilation.
Yeah, welcome to ToV Live. It is Valhalla time. And well, considering the fact that next weekend is going to be insanely busy, we're going to take things pretty easy tonight, paint a little bit, chat a little bit, and just start this week at a more calmer rate. Although we still talk about what it will be probably for this weekend. We'll do that while we're painting. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the ToV live stream. I am Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla. The guy who does stop motion animations of Heroscape, talks about Heroscape, and does a lot of things via Heroscape on this channel. And tonight, like I said, we're going to be doing more of the paints. Like, I think I'm going to add like some rust on this guy, although I'm going to add some skin tones first. Just a little bit more skin, because I noticed like it's not painted all the way good. There's just like one like layer on it. Needs another layer, and then And then I'll start applying the rest, which I can apply quite liberally on there, and maybe we'll get to this guy. I don't know. We'll see how far along we get tonight. But yeah, that's what's going on. I think I had my head filled with things that I want to talk about, but now it's completely blank. This arm right here, like this back shoulder, it started pulling on me last Friday. Actually move that aside a little bit. Otherwise, my face is not showing. But yeah, it's like this back shoulder and stuff. Now I've done like this regimen of doing like push-ups daily, like as a goal. And before it was like 100 push-ups for 100 days, and I completed that. And now I'm doing 150 push-ups for 150 days. Oh, I feel that pop. And I'm like 108 days in. I'm doing really good, but for some reason there's like a soreness in like this shoulder back here a little bit. If I probably slept on it wrong or something. But yeah. So I guess I'll get started with this then tonight, and if I think of anything that I need to talk about, well, we can speculate on what's going to be happening this Friday. And yes, this Friday, we'll be doing a React stream this Friday. Have some guests with me on the panel. We'll discuss that stuff, have some fun. And forgive me, I did just eat something, so I'm probably going to be burping. I think I feel a cough coming on. Because, you know, you think I would know better and eat after I stream, but nope. Nope. Absolutely not. Alright. So what I'm going to do first again is apply some skin tone to this. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to say. I actually did clean up my desk area yesterday. Or no. Wait, what is today? Today's Sunday. So, actually, did I clean? No, I cleaned my desk area last Friday, but before it got nighttime, and basically redusted everything, dusted out my computer because it was collecting a bit of dust, cleaned this area, and so I reset this whole area. The paints used to be here, now they're over here, along this corner, and everything is just center, so a little bit more centered. And you can't see it, but I actually am starting to set up my studio because there are animations that I'll be planning to do in the coming months actually, and it's going to be multiple stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to fill you all in on that when things start happening with that. But I wanted to make sure things were kind of clean, papers cleared, you know, I got to prepare for taxes, so I'm getting like that ready as well. And yeah, just setting certain things up. So let us start though with figuring out what I'm doing here. I'm gonna take a brush just to mix some stuff because I'm thinking skin tone, so I actually need a little bit of brown, a little bit of white. What is this? No, that's a matte finish. I don't need a matte finish. I need some honor. I never mix these things. Need some of that for skin. Didn't I add some like green before? Like I think I did like brown. I got earth right here. I think I do like brown, white, and a little bit of green just to make like the skin like a sickly color. So I'm gonna put it like put that over here. Okay, you can kind of see this paint coming here. Pull it up here. You can see it. Yeah, you can see it there. And what can I use for green? Actually, I guess I can use this one. This looks like a green. Don't know how much of an audience I'm going to have tonight. I think everybody's hunkering down, just if you're on this side of the country, kind of hunkering down and preparing for the sudden gush of cold that's about to get on us. I know I am. We are. As a matter of fact, if the heat comes on, like right in front of me, well, that's just, you know, always that's going to happen. Okay, nope. this is why I have this. Yeah, if anyone is coming on and wants to ask about this Friday, what are your thoughts, dreams, observations, because we know some of the figures because we saw some of the master set figures already. We know some people already know what some of the master stuff is, and they probably NDA silence, aka Hexala, which is probably why I haven't heard from them in a while. Because we know they're doing something for their RenegadeCon stream, so we know it has to do with the in quotations the Secrets of the Citadel master set. So we know it's going to be announced. Hey, Just Kenj, how you doing? What's up? I'm around for a few minutes. What am I painting tonight? I'm gonna try and finish up on this big guy here. Gonna add just a little bit of skin tone to the arms because they still feel a little black, and then just apply the rust. Just make them rusty. That's how I feel like I can do to. That's what I did with the Iron Lich, the Wraith Riders, and as well as the Hellforge. Just give them a layer of rust, and that kind of hides any indiscretions to my painting, which my painting's quite terrible. So. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. So applying some skin, if I can get to this guy as well. I'm gonna try, but as you can see here, let me just put him up here. So Scavarth, I mean, he's looking good. It's not bad, but I'm still gonna layer a bit of rust on him because I'm just having fun with the guys that I'll potentially just use for competition. And just in their story, they were stuck out in space so long they just started rusting away to nothing. But thank you, Just Kenj, for your support, and as well as your membership, because I believe you are a member. And I did just upload in the last week some backstage videos, so you are welcome to watch those in their full completion, because you and other members really invest a lot into this channel, and I appreciate you all so much for that. For sure, for certain. Okay, so I'm gonna make this guy's skin a sickly green. But yeah, just kind of, if you're here for a few minutes, so tell me what you think about this Friday. What is your thoughts about what you're expecting for RenegadeCon this Friday? Either way, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of content being made for it. Let's see, I don't need too much. Remember, right? Just a little bit of stuff. Looks good. Mine's still just primed. I'm thinking I'll be tackling my gallery next. Yeah, I have a set of gallery here. I don't know when I'm going to get to those guys. And again, I might do something kind of not to the norm. Because I say this over and over again. I am definitely no Heroscaper. Which I'm not trying to compare myself to be. I'm just me who just, does this just because. Gotta buy these guys unpainted because they're cheaper, and I might as well paint them and at least have a little bit more experience while putting them up. And there's a bit of delay, so maybe Just Kenj will tell me what are the thoughts for this Friday. It's here. You have no idea. I'm only worried about the new master set not actually being a whole set at launch because of the prices. But that's a thought. Because this is what I was thinking too. And we talked about this a little bit on the backstage last Sunday. I was talking with Warpig and Nick. That it's like, what's the cost of the master set going to be? Is it going to be like compared to the Age of Annihilation master set? If if it's not like $30 to $40 more, painted or unpainted, from the previous, I'd be surprised. If it's the same price as what the old master set is, which I highly doubt, I would be very surprised. I think if prices are still sky high, we'll be around $300 for a master set, which exactly that's the thing. And I think that's why I'm hoping like they'll do some type of battle box, like some of those figures being in the battle box, which in all case everybody who's a completionist or wants everything, I end up getting both anyway. But I can't even imagine like if there is a battle box that being like the same amount as what the old battle box is. It's just it's a shame. And I don't know, just kind of if you listen to the Jandar's Dispatch, but Lee was on there, and she was kind of explaining from her perspective, some of the reasons why the prices went up. Now they can't say everything because it's a business and you can't give away everything, but and they said before tariffs had a big factor, and I know people don't believe it, and I'm kind of like on the fence with it, maybe leaning more towards Renegade's perspective. I just know that when it comes to operating business, you do have a lot of overhead in any business. There's costs left and right, and to get any type of profit from things, even stuff profits you get taxed on profits. It's like the little amount of return to help things grow. You actually probably reinvest into the product as well. So the overall take home, which I'm sure is still a good amount, but if it's spread out to all these other things, you got to pay your employees and all that. You just hope it's enough to keep on growing the company, to keep the lights on, because business is there to make money, and I'm sure. I mean, a lot of the workers, they have the goal to, create the best product that they can create for us as a community, and for people wanting to get in the future of the game. So they're doing the best they can. But it always comes down to business. I did listen to Jandar's Dispatch. It was very insightful. I don't blame the company for being greedy. Yeah, I never, when people use the term like greedy when they're condemning a company, sometimes it applies, but most of the time, not so much. It makes no sense for them to hike prices for greed when they barely even grown back. Exactly it. And most of the time, if you do that type of thing as a company, there's some, how would I put it? Usually, sometimes something illegal's going on, and people in companies should be in jail. Like Enron is a good example of that. But I don't think they have like any lack of integrity when it comes to their business dealings. At least I hope not. But no, that's an interesting perspective, though. Yeah, for whether or not those, I think it's going to be a whole master set. I just have that feeling that that's going to be the case. Now, will the master set have less stuff in it than the Age of Annihilation master set did? Maybe not units, but maybe more so the terrain. Maybe there'll be less terrain, just to find a way to keep the price as minimum as possible. I mean, we'll see. Hello, War Pigment there in the Twitch chat. So yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Okay, now I've been jabbering around and get to actually painting something. Okay. I need to see what I'm doing. All right, no problem, War Pigment. I just started like 20 minutes ago, so I'll be on for a little while. Trying to keep warm here in the homestead. But yes, Just Kenja, I'll have to keep that in mind for sure. Gotta run for a bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna. That's fine. If I'm still on, if you come back, fine. If not, be kind, rewind, or we'll see you on another stream or flip side for sure. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the chat. Yeah, I'm curious too about like you know, we've seen what the miniatures are, and I believe they've given hints on what some of the miniatures will be like. But I don't pay that much attention to like Renegade Discord, so I don't know if there's hints that I've missed or whatever, because I can't keep an eye on that all the time. But well, I guess it'll be revealed when it's revealed. But again, I think the one miniature I'm really anticipating is the Kimoshi like Maro type creature. I'm interested to know, you know, what makes it tick, what's the lore for it, where does it come from, what are the stats, and will it be, I think one of the, like my top 3 things is like how compatible as units will these be in the game competitively, you know. Some of the units, yes, are just playing for whimsy. But I love it when you have units that are fully functional competitively or leisurely in the game. Like I said, like old Kimoshi was like, you know, cool sculpt, and it was cool that, you know, a child invented that unit, but just unplayable for the competitive, you know, barely playable for casual. So it's a nice collector's piece, but, and it's great for as a character in a nice series, but never play it. Never really play it. So I hope that doesn't happen to this Maro creature, and we really need more Maro. We have cries for Maro. We need more Maro. I mean, there's already in the lore, the scenario lore, to where you see Kimoshi crushed by Raylan. That happens in the scenario lore because we read it. The Kimoshi creature would be a nightmare to paint. Yeah, that's the big stuff would be, you know, pretty paint. I mean, all y'all who paint, you're gonna have your work cut out for you for sure. Of course, Warpig, you paint Warhammer 40k too, so, or I think you do. And it's like, no wonder you're good at painting. You know, that's an art all to itself. Oh, one thing I wanted to say too, like at the beginning of this stream, we're listening, you know, the music, countdown music. Pretty soon we're gonna have to change that because it's not gonna be Age of Annihilation anymore. We're gonna be into Secrets of the Citadel. So be on the lookout. End of this week and to next week. There anything not with lots of legs? Yeah, for sure. Be on the lookout because there might be a change in music very, very soon. Very, very soon. Kind of was casually working on that end of last year, and now I'm like really trying to figure out something new. So keep an eye out for that. Just saying. Need to have some musical structure happening, and let's just say a lot of us few of us content creators are. We have some plans. We have some plans here. I'll take a drink. Yeah, well, we're picking out when it comes to the legs. What if they're just simple legs? Like we'll say Scavaroth, you know, these are like a lot of little legs here. And yes, there's a lot to paint, but it's just simple, like gray and maybe like a little blue for the cyan, whatever it is. And that's simple stuff. I mean, if it's many legs, yet it's still simple to paint. I think legs that have like other stuff attached to it, so you gotta, you know, then yeah, that gets kind of messy. But as long as it's simple, I don't remember the sculpt of the thing. Let me look at it. It's been a while, because it's been a while since we've actually looked at those minis. We did a stream about it too, but I kind of forget things. So if you say, Ryan, well, you did that type of thing, you talked about that thing so many months ago, don't you remember it? Nope. Nope. In my 40s, I'm forgetting stuff. Just ask my wife, I forget stuff constantly. Okay, that skin tone looks a lot better. Yeah. Just light shining here, I'm just looking, and those teeth, grr. Warpig says it's not like a toughness of the legs, but the number of viewable sides. It's easy to lose track and then feel like you're painting endlessly. Oh yeah, you know, I get it. Yeah. And also, I mean, it's like tough to figure out if there's like a painting guide, you know, that only has like 2 photos, one in the front, one in the back. You kind of lose a lot of information because sometimes it doesn't show everything. You end up guessing anyway on things. Kind of like with the Scavaroth. So if you're trying for like a really accurate paint to what Renegade has, you know, done for theirs, yeah, sometimes you're lost. You're like, okay, can you actually do like 4 angles of photos for painting, especially with the complicated ones? Oh, Warpig, I did want to mention too, I don't know, forgive me if I didn't invite you, but this Friday, if you're probably working, but this Friday, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time, going to be, you know, starting up the React stream for RenegadeCon. So if you're around, you're welcome to show up. I know I pinned that in the ToV podcast group chat, but that was before you hopped on, so you've been using the card art. Oh, okay. Basing off the card too, that actually makes sense. Any way to try and get it, I suppose would be great. Even now, I'm like trying to. Well, turned around upside down here. Ah, okay. Did too much for the paint here. That's okay. Yeah, I can put black list on top of that as well. one side here. Okay, I can get that back end. Likely working, but if I get off early, I may be. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know. It's open. We will like we'll start like around 12:30, but we'll be backstage. Like everybody will gather around 12:15, and then go from 1 p.m. when it starts, and till like probably a little bit after 2, like 2:30 the latest. We'll be just giving our thoughts afterward. And I don't know if I'm going to do a contest or not. I said I might be, but what I give away? So I probably won't. I'll have to see. Because some of these guys like Heroscape or others like go to events and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, I have this box and this box and this box and this box to give away, and I don't have as much, and gone broke. So I'm very lucky when I can do something. I did something like last year because it ended the year, and I was able to put a little bit aside for everybody who invested into the Tales of Valhalla channel for the past year or so. But I can't do that all the time, I'm sure. Okay, I just gotta look at this real quick. Alright. Well, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. See, look at that. Okay. See, there's the skin. The skin's a lot better there. On the arms there, see? That stands out really well. You can see that. That's good. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that dry a bit. And let's go to this guy. Okay. This Kraken line. Alright, so I'm gonna take a little bit of white and do the eyes just a little bit. Have you tried edge highlighting? I don't even remember what that means. I know I've watched a video on it, but I forget what that means. Dude, again, my memory is like sometimes very, very awful. I know I watched a video on it. It's been a minute, and sometimes just like, okay, I have to wing it. Now, I do remember like spreading the paint a little bit and just so you're not applying blobs of paint to somebody, which I just did to this eye. You actually spread your paintbrush a little bit so it's a little bit drier and applying it lighter. So that's what I'm trying to do right now for that. Because yeah, you see the little blob right here. You can hear the heat going on now. I need to relook that up real quick. Okay, forgive me. Forgive this man. See, I'm trying to get the corner eye here, which is tough to do because it's kind of hidden behind tentacles. Them tentacles. The date of my existence right now. Oh, see, I did a mess up. Now I got the upper eyelid. Yeah. This is what happens when I mess up. It's okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What is edge? I'm trying to remember. What does that even mean? I don't remember. You know, one thing I've been working on is, and I started this last year. I started editing it last year. But behind the scenes of me building one of the biggest sets I built for Tales of Valhalla Season 3. And I filmed myself building it. It took like a whole week to build. No, using the edge of your brush, lightly drag it along the edge of the panels to create a scuttle barter. I don't know what that means. I guess I need to rewatch that video. Alright, so the eyes are better now. Wait, I gotta find this. Okay, but no, I was saying that like I'm moving along with the this video, and it's like it took me a whole week to film myself building this set, and then I didn't have time to do anything with that behind the scenes build, and I haven't touched it since until like last year when I finally got it out from storage and I started editing it. So today I just finished editing the portions to where, you know, it's fast motion, you know, it's like speed up footage and trying to sync it all together, and now it's like under 10 minutes of this build, and now I have to just put music behind it. I have to like just speak through, you know, that whole process. And so I'll do like a 10-minute video. I think it's like 9 to 10 minute video. I'll also do a 3-minute video for YouTube Shorts as well. Just build and then result. What scene I used it, all for a minute scene, you know. But that was one set that I couldn't like build the Virtualscape, and you'll know why when you see it, because there's nothing in Virtualscape that really can replicate that. And so I was basically building that just from like my mind and my mind's eye, trying to figure it out. That's why it took me a week to build. Not to mention how long it took to animate that scene. Anyway, all right. What do you think? Okay, I'm looking at these. Looking at the. Okay. Well, I think since this is blue, I'm going to actually make some of this red. So using the edge of your brush, lightly drag along the edge of the panels. I don't know what that means. The panels to create a subtle border. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You're talking paint talk. I don't know paint talk. Okay. I'm not having a meltdown. I'm fine. I'm fine. Bless you, Word Pigment. You're trying to coach me. You're trying to be as nice possible to me, and I'm just like, oh, I'm melting down. I'm melting down. Rapture. Melting down. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this little bit of paint. I don't know how much red paint's left in here actually. Probably not much. Oh, there's a little bit. Okay. Silver on high, regions of rusty. Pain works great. Okay. Well, we'll get to the rust in a minute. I'm like Indiana Jones. I'm just making stuff up as I go. I'll send you a picture later. Okay, good. Picture, video, help. Help, please, help. Need somebody help. Need somebody help. Okay. I think I need that and make that red a little bit brighter. Actually, bring that pink over there. Combine the two, and they'll just be friends. Actually, yeah. Be friends. But white and red make pink. Yeah, yes, it does. I don't know if I want it to be pink. But first layer will be pink. Okay, I gotta take this off. Make fun of this dude for being pink. There's nothing wrong with pink, except everything. Yeah, and I think worse than the supposedly my hope of Kimoshi, many that Cthulhu creature is going to be I know is going to be a hassle to paint if anybody wants to paint that. Well, I'm sure the pre-painted one's going to be fantastic. Yeah, this will definitely take another layer of pink, but I think I like applying the pink on it, then I'll put the red on it, and hopefully that will make just everything feel a little bit brighter. Hey, guess what movie I watched recently that I had never watched before? It's a classic one. I've heard people tell me it's like you need to watch this, and I haven't watched it. Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell, way back. This is it's a Carpenter film, I think. And well, I mean, it was fun. It was definitely a fun film. It was definitely a fun film. But oh, cool. All right, thank you. Yes. Okay, that'll be another video for me to revisit their work. I appreciate it. I like the one-liners that Kurt Russell uses for his character. Like, if we don't come back in an hour, call the president. And it was very weird stuff in it, but definitely probably not for kids, but it's one of those legendary John Carpenter films that you have to watch at least once, and so I did. And Kurt Russell's acting did not disappoint. And actually, the actor who plays the main bad guy in that film, I think he's in his 90s or is 100 right now, still alive. That's awesome. He wasn't exactly a spring chicken, back then either. So good, he's still living on, enjoying life. You had a bot. Twitch got it. Oh, sweet. Cool. Didn't even know. It didn't even show up. I don't think it even showed up on here. Unless it's just taking it's taking the chat thing a minute to see it, but you can get it before I don't even notice it. That's awesome. Oh, one thing my son was telling me the other day too, like, Daddy, because see, I got the crabs right here because these are his to paint, and he's like, Daddy, when can I paint the crabs? So I actually have to have him send them down with paintbrushes and have them start painting those things. Getting water, okay. Okay. So I just kind of do that with them, and then while I'm doing that, I might just paint maybe like the archers or something while he's painting like the crabs. And then my son still talks about the Kraken, the Heroscape Kraken. Once and I'm just like, yeah, that's I have to get that cheap for you. So it might be a while. So the plan is having these all kind of red here. Yeah, okay, that goes. I mean, this is definitely not going to be pink. I'm going to put a layer of red on it as well. But right now it's pink. Okay. I know, I'm not talking right now because I'm actually really concentrating on the painting. I'm getting this pink stuff in. You got crevices in here that really need to be looked after. And I'm not a crevice person. Oh my goodness, the arm's hurting. Okay, where are we at in the stream? Okay, 52 minutes. So I might not get past painting pink here tonight. I might actually skip the red totally. Let's see. It's like my painting streams are never long just because my arm totally starts giving out. Or back. It's a back thing. Some of y'all, when you're older, you'll understand that. Some of you are old enough already to understand that. But for like this Kraken dude, as long as he's just, you know, okay, I will be fine with it. Because the important thing is to the stumps that are his tentacles that I have actually over there. I don't want to put them together yet until I put finish on this whole thing. Okay. Now, oi. I'm going to get a drink here. Cheers. And do a little bit more. No, usually I go on for an hour. I might go a little bit longer tonight. I am going to try and apply rust here to this guy, and that's all the cracks and crevices that are if you razz up, you pin it out. If I razz up the painting deck height, helps a lot to help your back. Oh, if I raise it up, well, I can't really this. I mean, this is actually a desk. That's the thing. So normally when if I'm painting and I'm not streaming, I'm leaning back, you know, I'm just, you know, painting, and then I can do that just fine. But for the sake of the stream, I'm like kind of leaning over, so I'm doing this in camera, talking. So that's, I mean, that's why it kind of hurts my back. Normally I'm painting, I'm just like sitting back, I'm just looking at the thing closely, and I'm painting, listening to something. If I'm doing that in my free time, but while on a stream, it don't do it. It don't do it well. Okay. We must prepare the rust. I'm gonna add a little bit of brown in here. We're totally gonna destroy the skin tone now. We're gonna add some stuff. We're gonna add some orange and yellow. If the orange will come out. Box on desk. My box on desk. Oh, you mean putting up there? I think reaching up would actually hurt me more. Oh, maybe it won't. I don't know. But I'm not gonna do the box right now. Maybe I'll try it when I do another stream, painting stream in the future. Whenever I do that. Going with orange. And then a bit of yellow. Hey, Just Ken is back. On post show, you talked about card holder file on Discord. Where was that? Oh yes. Oh, Just Ken, yes. Warpig has his own Discord, and those links are on Warpig's public Discord thing. Yeah, okay, Just Ken was listening to the backstage. Whee! Well, I put a lot of effort into those. Well, not a lot of effort, but I provide them, you know. It's material that, you know, I think it's like fun to listen to conversation and stuff, you know. Okay, gonna bring the big brush. This is a wobbly brush. This brush has about seen its last few days. It's all wobbly. Okay, but here, I need to get a bigger brush. And we're gonna fix. Let's see, am I gonna get rusty color? Rusty color, rusty color. Ooh. It's a little too yellow. Well, I don't know. Actually, it looks more skin. I don't know. I think it looks kind of rusty. What do you guys think? I don't think you can tell. Maybe if I add a little bit of red. Actually, I'll just add the reds in here. Add some red. I think I probably need to add more red from. It's like the wonderful color of mustard, actually. That's okay. You guys do your getting of the 3D printed stuff. Here, try it. No, wait. Okay. Just need a little bit of red. That's all I ask. Fresh rust or old rust? I'm trying to do an old rust type of thing. I need more brown. One second, I'm bringing this up. See? I don't know. Looks like mustard, but you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. Do I have pastels? No, I don't think so. Old, lean, brawn, less orange. Okay. Oh, I'm just going with what I got here. I know it came out good when I did it with the last time with the last stuff, but that's okay. We're gonna have a layer of rust on this guy. Go get cinnamon powder. Oh my goodness, what are you? I'm sorry, you're confusing me. What are you trying to do? Confuse me? Oh, yes, you are. It's okay. Okay, this will work. Pretty sure it will work. That'll work. Cinnamon powder. That is the color to aim for. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, this kind of reminds me of cinnamon powder. Maybe I need to use more orange. Or do you mean not as much orange? You say brown and orange, but you say less orange. I don't know what that means. I could put a little bit more orange in here. Maybe more orange is better. I see the file now. Okay, Justkin says, I see the file now. Thanks. Making one for sleeve cards right now. Sweet. I can use more orange. Actually, let's do gold here too. Well, the rest tends to be darker, more brown. Ah, okay. 1 second. Add a little bit of this too. Well, I can add a little bit more brown too. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Really start that out. Okay, here, hold on a second. Alright, we'll just add more brown then. That is fine. Now this is the part that's fun. You don't have to do any intricate you know, tiny detail type painting, you just frickin' smear it everywhere you possibly can and have some fun with it. With this guy, you need to do as much smearing as possible. You're trying to get into the crevices. This guy got a lot of crevices. Because I can't splotch everything. I love using a sponge for rust application. Fresh rust tends to be bright orange. Ah, okay. I got you. You know what? I do kind of have a sponge. Ta-da! I'm just gonna wipe it. Let's apply the sponge to areas. Ooh, look at that. Oh. I still need to put rust in like crevices and stuff, but Warpig, you're a genius. Look at that. Okay, now I'm having fun. Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad I have a sponge right by me, because that's. Oh my goodness. One second. I need to like kind of unsmear this. This is gonna be like blobs everywhere. I can't sponge this up, but I can go. Yeah, if using a sponge lets some recessed color show. Yeah, I want to smear it on some stuff, but yes, some recessed color. I mean, that's not definitely I have to this back end. I totally like done it to the back end, but no, I get what you're saying. I totally understand. And especially like the front area with the blue and stuff, I want that to be kind of like not, and it's great for this metal working too. It's, oh yeah. No, I'm picking up what you're laying down. I'm reading your mail. That is so confusing. It is excellent. We'll just say like the back end of his rear was like in water or something. It got more rusted. Water. Weathering is about building up layers. Yeah, I know. That Warpig is like it's so advanced for me that it's like I'm so novice. So I'm glad I have the animating thing to fall back on. But this is excellent. The sponge is an excellent idea. If everything would just stay on this thing. Now I'm going to take a smaller brush and just add some details inside, because I don't want to see any black. I don't mind adding. Oh my goodness. There's like armpit here that just wants to remain like a black crevice. Make it a black crevice. And something different there. The old Citadel handles were so much better. Do you want an easy hack to make Roscoe off chance? What's Roscoe? I'll take anything once it's free. Come on. Oh my goodness. Just. And usually this handle's been holding things pretty good, but for some reason right now it's not. Okay, whatever. I guess you're gonna be not good. What I might do though, because I know the add a little bit more red to this. Yeah, that's a little too much for us. Roscoe off the chain. You need a water bottle cap or whatnot to make it work. No idea. Don't have any of that. I don't have any of that right now. What I have is my love for the game. For all things sentient. There's a splotch there that I didn't realize I had. Sorry, okay. I know y'all can't see that. I'm like too entirely focused on this. Just trying to cover as much of the under black as much as I can. Here, 1 second. Let's see here. You start out with a dot of bright orange paint. Okay, Kenny at Next Level Painting refers to this technique as juicing. You start out with a dot of bright orange paint, then water it down to nearly a wash consistency. You apply this wash that you've made as almost a filter. So I do that after doing everything else, then, is what you're saying. Well, I got bright orange paint. I can even make it brighter with the yellow I have. Okay, I have to get another red. This red's not coming. Got a red here. Yes. Okay. So I guessed right. Okay. Well, everybody stay tuned. Stay on your toes, everybody. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do try and remember what Warpig instructed me to do, and we're gonna try to apply this as much as we can. Someday, I become a painting master. Who am I? I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude who just loves the paint, the painting process. I remember that. Yeah, orange is about right. Everything need to be dry first. Yep. So what I'll do is I'll finish up what I'm doing with this. I just want to make sure everything's covered and there's no more of the black initial primer showing. Then we'll move on to this guy. Do some more red for him, and then we will do that. Make sure everything's covered here. Rust. Trust in the rust. New slogan. Trust in the rust. I gotta remember that sponge thing though. I know I'm probably gonna forget in the future, but I gotta try and remember the sponge technique. Gotta try and remember that. Anyway, this guy is looking kind of rusty. Kind of oranging a little bit. All right, so let's put him. Let's see here. Everything you dry first. I don't mean to be pushy, but does your wife have a foundation palette makeup that's expired? If yes, don't throw it away. You can use that. No, my wife doesn't do much with makeup, so I don't even know what that is. I mean, she does stuff with makeup, but I don't think she has anything like that, so. Am I a nerd who doesn't know much about women? Yes, I am. How to get married? I don't know. Especially to a classy lady like my wife. Okay. So, we're going to get out the red here. We're going to get this guy. Let's get rid of the pink. Actually, here. Okay. Just do this. Wow, no more pink. We don't need pink. We don't need pink anymore. We just need some red. It's okay, say my wife's to make it into pigment powders. Oh, like a powder type thing. Well, maybe, but I know that's stuff my wife's probably using. The paint. I think I know what you're talking about. It's like a powder type thing to powder the face. Yeah, I don't think my wife has too much for that, but at the same time, what do I know? I know nothing. I am clueless. Actually, like what was it? Like a night last week, I was like, you know, me and my wife preparing to go to bed, and I'm like reading a book, and this book, and I've talked about it before, but this book, like I read when I was a teenager, and it's a science fiction book. I thought it was Isaac Asimov, but it wasn't the case, and so I spent a lot of time searching for it. To make a long story short, through the help of AI, I was able to find it, and it's actually a two-part book thing. And now I'm reading through it, and I'm almost done with the first book, and I'm just remembering all these things. So I'm like glued to this book. You know, my wife's beside me, and I'm looking at her, and I'm just like, you know, honey, you married such a nerd, you know, right now. And she's like, yeah, I know. Just expired stuff. Okay. I don't. Yeah. I don't know. I could ask. I don't really pay attention to that stuff, to be perfectly honest. And I do not. My wife doesn't. I mean, she puts makeup on for like special occasions, but it's not often. Or maybe it is often. I'm just not aware. Can I get that from Dollar Tree? Probably. And hello, Bill Flint. Good to see you. Good to see you. By the way, I don't think Justin's in the chat, but congratulations to Justin for winning that tournament. I remember when Justin like first started going to tournaments because he would talk about it, and he was just getting started, just learning, and now he's quite a contender. I'm like, wow. I run across and meet him. It's like he might fare better than me if I would face him in a match. Friendly or otherwise, friendly and competitive, you know. Yeah. Hi, Bill. Hi, Bill. Good to see you. And anybody, like I said, anybody listening in, again, what are all your thoughts about Friday, about what's being released? Just Kenj, you know, left some thoughts earlier in the stream, and interested to know what anybody else thinks. Bill, you know, you can feel free to give your thoughts, anticipations, hopes, dreams, aspirations on the master set coming out, because we know it's a master set. We know that for sure. That's in the program plan. So I can't wait to be able to talk about this. Do we know that? What, master set? Oh yeah, well, because in the schedule, in the RenegadeCon schedule, it announces Hexala will be doing a playthrough, like one of the RenegadeCon segments. Hexala will do a playthrough of the Secrets of the Citadel master set. I'm really curious to the next chapter of the story. Oh yeah, when like all like heck breaks loose. Here, Warpig, let me find it. Let me find it real quick. Okay, so okay, I guess it really doesn't say master set, but it says 1 p.m. PST Pacific Time. Heroscape: Secrets of the Citadel gameplay with Hexala. Take a first look at Secrets of the Citadel with Adam and Rowan from Hexala. It's my thought that Secrets of the Citadel, that means a master set. What else would it mean? But you're right. We don't. So it doesn't say master set. So we're assuming it's master set. But I think it's a pretty good assumption. If it's not, and if it's something more broken down, then great. Maybe it's a Secrets of the Citadel wave. So it's that's actually a good thought. I mean, maybe it's not a master set, and I'm totally wrong. Maybe it's something more manageable for people. Maybe it's just a Secrets of the Citadel wave. But we always thought it was going to be like another master set. But if it's not, hey, I'd be happy if it's easier for the community to digest. I'm happy to be proven wrong on that assumption. Happy. So, I noticed Adam and Rowan have been quiet on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, they've been doing like just a couple streams, but yeah. I don't know if it's because Adam has work or they just can't do anything at the moment, or I mean, sometimes people take a pause for things, so, but they're still around. They're still doing stuff. So hopefully they'll come around again. Sometimes when you're doing a project, especially for Renegade, sometimes you gotta like hold back doing other things. So I should know. That's happened to me before, so. Alright, well, yeah, see, that's the type of red that I'm looking for. Since it's blue tentacles, I'm going to do red spike. The spikes are going to be even darker red. This red's a little bit bright, but I have a darker red. I can use those spikes, like, even more so. Put it all with a wash. Now, I don't think this Kraken one is going to be done, but I think next time we do a paint stream, which I have no idea. I might do a stream on Wednesday. I might do an editing stream on Wednesday. I'm not sure. Let's see here, Warpix says they got a lot on their plate, and they're very active in the community theater too. Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, they're doing other things. Yeah. And I mean, Rowan definitely does a lot of acting in like theatrical or theater play things. So yeah, I was trying to talk them into my local Valkyrie trial, and they mentioned that. Yeah, no, yeah, they have other things. They live their life. I mean, there are other things I do outside of this as well for me. I mean, most of it's like family related stuff, but we all have our own things we got to do sometimes outside of here. So. Okay. I don't know if okay, again, I'm gonna like paint these over, but again, I'm gonna use a darker red for these spikes, but I'm just gonna use up the rest of the red paint here for this, just to cover up, but definitely gonna use a darker red here. Let's see here. Bill asks, anyone attended the Valkyrie trial yet? No, and I probably won't. I I just don't have that kind of time to travel places yet. No yet. Local will be first and only. Okay. Warpick says, I'm a dad, hard to... Yep, exactly. Yeah. Dad, family, you know, all that's got to come first. Majority of the time. Yep. Yep. And I think, Warpick, you got more kids than me, too, so I only have one. Some of you with multiple kids, you're just like, one kid? You have it so easy. Still, it's on your plate, you know. Okay. So, put this down now. I'm pretty sure this guy is about as dry as it can be. So I'm going to scroll back up here and remember what Warpig was instructing me here. Second. Okay, so... Okay, orange. Start with a dot of bright orange paint and water it down to nearly a wash consistency. Okay, that's why you need. Well, I have this as a cap, so I can use this. And so we'll use the orange, and we'll just get it into wash consistency. Like, how much water do you think? And I have here. Wait a second. No, actually, I got something better. Here, 1 second. I can use this. I can use this cap because this has got some like paint smudges and stuff in it. I'm very pleased with my eyes. I don't know if I should, and I don't know if I'll be going to Gen Con 26. Yes. Yeah. And more things. Yes. Okay, so there. That, yeah, and so, and I have here, like for water for wash here, I was like, I'm going to take some of my drinking water because I don't want to use the, water for the, I'm using for the paint. But here, I will use some of this water here. I have in this cap, like a little bit of it, and use a dot of water. Enough water to break the binders, okay. I don't know what that means. Okay, we're hour 30 minutes in, so I'm doing this, and then stream's done for tonight because I already done 32. I am over time. All right, but yeah, I can use this. Okay, hold on. So a dot, he says. This will come out. Hold on. Sometimes this doesn't come out well. Okay. Oh. Okay, a dot there. Dot, and gotta find me. Just use this brush. Let's see here. The three essential parts of acrylic paint are pigment, binder, and vehicle. Water. Okay. Wait. There. Okay. Mix. Alright. So I think binders are broken here. Here. Tell me what you think. Okay. Is that good enough there? More paint than that, or is that good? I'll wait for the answer. More water or more paint? More paint. Okay. I'll put a little bit more in here. Okay, I'm going to add another because I don't want to overdo it. There's a bubble there with that dot. More paint and paint. Oh, okay. Normal clean water or distilled water or pig? I mean, right now it's just like, I think it's just spring water or something, but there. Okay. How's that? Should I add a little bit more water to that though? Maybe. Don't matter. It don't matter. Don't matter. Okay. How's that? Is that good? See? No. No, see? It's pretty broken up, you know. Should work. Okay. So now we just spread it over the guy. Right? I gotta remember your instructions. Remember the instructions here. Let me scroll up. Okay. Apply the swash you made as almost a filter. Okay. So I think that's what I need to do. So we're gonna spread this around. We're gonna spread it around. Gonna spread it around. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I can see how the wash is. Yeah, go for that. Let's fill in the cracks. Fill in the cracks. I see a live stream of War Pigment and Tales of Valor painting together. It's full of painting. Isn't War Pig awesome? I've seen just a little bit of his streams, but yeah, that is probably going to happen probably sooner than you think. I know. Me and War Pig have talked about it. We just gotta like set it up. That's the thing, and unfortunately for me, I'm like setting other things up, and then I forget to set up other things with other people, and then it doesn't happen. But no, sooner or later, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Spread this everywhere. I don't know if it's doing the trick, but you know what? It's okay. Do another layer later. Okay. Too much on this side. Can get thing line. Yeah. Yeah, we do. I need to line stuff up. Whoa. And Warpig's been, with us a couple of streams, and he's an easy guy to talk to. So it wouldn't be a huge transition to do that. Streaming together make it easier on Twitch. Don't know how YouTube side works. Well, we don't really need to. I mean, we can do a dual Twitch stream, which is fine. We just link our Twitch streams together. Or you could run your Twitch stream, and we can just connect via audio via Discord as well. There's different ways to do it. More than likely, it'd probably be connecting audio via Discord. If you want to like combine both like Twitch streams together, we can do that too. But in order to talk to each other, yeah, it'd probably be audio via Discord. might be the easiest to do it, maybe, possibly. And then, I mean, for YouTube, yeah, I just funnel YouTube, and then we just get your audio coming in. To where we could just chat. Me hacking away at my paints, and you finessing, doing the finesse of your painting. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna be wrapping this up soon. Then it'll be time to say goodbye. Here, hold on. Should have done this the whole time, but at least we've added a rust to this guy as best as we possibly can. And then I have to do something with the base sometime. But we did what we could do with him, and at least he's presentable, you know. Bill Flint, any hints of how many more seasons left in the Aftermath Chronicles? Ask Bill Flint. Well, Bill, I'll tell you that as far as like synopsises goes for Tales of Valhalla, I've written synopsises all the way up to like season like 8 or 9 as far as story goes. So, and I could like for like a season 8 or 9, if we would ever get there, and like I could close it out. Probably leave it open for other adventures, but I could end things pretty solidly, like during season 8, season 9. Although things might change since, and I developed those synopsises before Age of Annihilation came out, so those stories might change a little bit because of, you know, what's been going on now in the past few years. All the same. All the same. Those are written. And it's just like a paragraph of what, like an outline of what each season would be. And then for seasons 4 and seasons 5, for my script writing, what I've been doing, I wrote like a paragraph synopsis for each episode of season 4 and most of the episodes for season 5, just to get an idea what each episode is going to have in it. And I think right now for season 4, I've like pencil written, not typed up, but pencil written first draft. I think like the 4th or 5th episode of like, I'd say actually more like episode 3 or episode 4 of season 4. So I got to get on it, but usually now every morning I'm getting up early to write at least like 15 minutes worth of script. And sometimes I find other times during the week to write. So things are being written, things are being thought of. It's just going to be a long process because it is a me budget production, and it took me like several years to make season 2 and season 3. So it's probably going to be just as long, unless there's some like miracle check that comes in the mail to help me produce that through, to give me time for that, which I'm not asking for. Just saying it's the time I use, you know, I do what I can with what I got. Sponge. Use a sponge, people. But yeah. Yeah, so I do have lots of ideas. I'll say one hint, Bill, that most people probably won't see or hear about is that I have. Here, I'm gonna put this on while I wrap up. Like for seasons like 8 or 9, there could be like a thing where Thanos, since we have Marvel, you know, we have like OG Marvel, where somehow Thanos comes into as being like the final bad guy, you know, somehow, and that would be fun, because then I could do, and these are like just little hints. Like I said, this is nothing finalized. These are just thoughts. To where you have Captain America that shows up and is with the Airborne Elite, you know, like the Airborne Elite see him and they know who Captain America is. They know who that character is, because kind of they kind of hung out with them because they were performers too. That's where I got the performers idea from in like season 2 when the Airborne Elite revealed that. So yeah, that's always a thought. Anyway, I will close down for tonight. Now again, I don't know if this Wednesday is going to be a painting stream or not. It might be, but we'll see. And yeah, we'll go from there. Maybe like we can plan it for Wednesday, even though I can't like stream too late on Wednesday. Maybe me and Warm Pig can do something Wednesday night when it comes to a combined stream. We'll see. I'll try and talk to him afterward, even though like these next 2 nights are going to be busy as well. So we'll see about that. But sometime soon. Anyway, I appreciate everybody commenting. We got Just Ken's, Bill, and of course War Pig. Thank you all, and thank you all whoever's been looking around, just listening to these streams as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you Wednesday. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, stay warm, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.